Okay, I'm going to show you how I plant my tomato seeds indoors, excuse me, and get them ready. Now, here you see the Burpees Eco-Friendly Organic Seed Starting Mix, because that's what I use. See, that's what I'm using this year. It's a little bit easier. I use a whole tray. I don't use those little seed jobs. I don't really need to. And then when I get done with something, I make sure I write on pencil exactly what it is. Indigo rose tomatoes. And then I put them where their little marks are at. Now, I'm going to show you how I do this. Now, first of all, my lid's directly below here because I had problems with some of these trays leaking through. So I'm going to go ahead and moist this a little bit. Makes it easier. You don't have to have this soaking wet, but I definitely recommend that you do get it pretty moist. Now you're seeing real time here. This is that professional sprayer. As you can see, I like these better. They don't stop working after a short period. And there we go. So now I already have in here, and this row here is the Burpees yellow pear tomatoes. Now this one here, the second row, if you're not sure, you can always take a look, is Aunt Ruby's German green tomato. Okay, so that's this one. And then the third row, indigo rose tomato. Written in pencil. So that's the third row. Now, what I do is I take an extra one of these and I use that to plant with. Now, I don't put seeds in my hands because I'm indoors and I want to be able to function. So I take a paper plate, I take the seeds that I'm going to put in it and I put them in there. Now, right now, I'm looking for the one that's going to germinate the fastest because I want to get some tomatoes growing indoors. Now, you can get tomatoes that take 80 days to harvest or 70. Let's see, I thought I had one that was a lot sooner than that. Oh, I do. I have one that's 49 days. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and plant the Burpees Early Treat Hybrid. Okay? Is what I'm going to plant now. So, go ahead and open up your package. Now, I'm indoors. There's no wind at all. And if you have problems, you can always use your little stick, get in there, and open it up. There. I was raised on a farm, so I'm very, very basic. Now, I like to see how many seeds do I have in my little package, so I can see how many I'm going to play with. Let's make sure they're all out. Okay, and there we go. Oh, one more. Okay, so here we go. These here take 49 days to harvest. I'll be planting them 3 to 4 inches and a 1/4 inch deep, is what it says. So, as you can see, I have 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 22, 24, 26. I have 27 seeds. Now, you might think, wow, they're pretty chintzy for $4.19, since you can get a lot more seeds out of just one tomato. And you can, and that's okay, because I really don't need a lot of these. So what I'm going to do is put this over here to the side, and I'm going to take my next marker, and I'm going to write down what I have. I have, take my little pencil, Burpees, Early Treat Hybrid. Now, since these are such fast germinators, I'm going to put today's date, 1/29, and these take 49 days. I'm going to circle that so I know how many days it takes to go ahead and germinate. Now, I'm going to put this over here because this is where I'm going to be. Now, I'm actually going to have room for 5 rows in this tray, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. All right, now, let me show you how I do this. I take this baby and I put in here, right there, and I put down here and I move the soil. It's moist, it'll stay. Move over about 1 inch, same thing. Now, I was watching a video where they were planting 2 seeds per container, and then after they grow up, take and cut one of the plants. I thought, wow, never heard that before. I'll move these seeds out of my way and the package so I can continue. And I thought, what a waste. I would never cut my tomato plants that's growing up. That's just a waste of time. And I couldn't believe it. I've never seen that happen anywhere. And I thought, okay, that's definitely something that I've never seen on the farm. And we're all the way here. Okay, there we go. Now, wipe off your excess soil. Okay, so you don't waste anything. Now, I always recommend take your seed puck, put it behind it, and take a picture of what you're planting there. So you can always have a reference point in case this comes out. Okay? So, now, here we go. We have all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, if some of these don't seed, I'm okay with that. I can always reseed, but I'm gonna take these now. Now, I like to get a little bit of moisture on my finger. Take 1 seed, go over to where I need it, and put it into the hole. Boom, done. Now, you can rest your container here, and you can always take and get moisture at the end of this here. So let's do that. So that way you can pick up your seed. Okay, and then here we go. Picking up my seed. See that? Go over where I need it. Get rid of it. Just like that. Now, you can also do it this way. You can also take this, get it moist, grab a seed, just like that. See it at the end? Right there? And then take this, put it down in, and move it this way. See? Boom, done. Take another one. Like that. See it? And then go into the other hole and sweep it along the side. Again. Come on. There we go. This is really like a Zen Buddhist thing for me. I can really relax while I do this. I'm no big rush to get it done. And I might put one or other in there, but we'll see. I'm not too overly concerned. Tomato plants are pretty strong. You can go ahead and take them and separate them if you get two growing too close. Okay, take this one here. There we go. Put that here. Oops, come on. There we go. Take that one. Put it here. Now if I happen to miss one, no big deal. I don't think I got one right there, so I'm gonna take another one. Okay, if I happen to have two, I will go ahead, let them grow for a bit, and then I'll separate them. There's that. And there you go, see there? Another one right there. And I'll put it right there. Now, I'm all done. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take these things here, and I'm gonna take my little stick, and I'm gonna push the soil over them, like that. So they're all covered. Move this out of my way real quick. Okay, there's that. This, and this. Boom, done. Wipe off all my extra soil off the stick. Now, I have all these extra seeds that I didn't use. So what I'm gonna do is this. Take my package. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna take my paper plate. It's a single paper plate. And I'm gonna line it up like this, and then here, and then put it back in here. Boom, done. Now, what I do from there is I take this here and I fold it over once, and I seal it right there. That way all my seeds are in there. Now, I'll take a picture of my tray so I know what's there. Once I'm done with that, I'll take my seeds here and I'll put into a Ziploc bag with the rest of them so that they don't have a chance of falling out. And I put them with the rest of my seeds. And then we're done. Now, you can cover this with a plastic tray, which I do have underneath it. I also have an extra one. When you do so, you're going to have to use smaller little markers, much smaller. Now, these are 4 inches. Okay? So the tray can go over top. Or, if you've used too large of one, you can use the old-fashioned way of using cellophane wrap loosely over. And when you see the tomato seeds starting to rise up, you go ahead and remove the cellophane wrap. And then you take and you keep them moist. Now, like I said, this is like my Zen time. This is my time for meditation. I call it Zen because, you know, it reminds me of the Bruce that I used to watch on TV. I used to watch Grasshopper Kung Fu. He tells you how old I am. And he would take time to really relax and enjoy life. Now, there's that. Now this one here, because I do have seeds in it, I'm going to wipe off the moisture because I don't want that to get my seeds moist. Because the packaging, it really won't. So I'll put that there. I'll get the pictures taken that I need, and then I'll take this baby, put it into my Ziploc. Now, one thing I want to tell you, once these get big enough where I can take the top off the cellophane wrap, I have to make sure that I keep it moist, and I work at it every day. I'm going to put this into the sun, and then I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees every day once the plants are up, so that the plants, which will go towards the sun, when I rotate it, I'll make it go this way, and it'll help it to grow and make a sturdy stalk. Now, you can put this under a grow light, and you can find many opportunities to do that, and eventually I will downstairs. But for right now, I'm growing them on my table up by one of my main windows, upstairs where it's 77 degrees, to get these babies to grow really good. Now, when it's time to transplant, I will take these out. I'll use a tablespoon. I will take them out completely, and I will transplant them into either 5-gallon buckets so they can get more height, and then transplant them into my garden, or I will leave them in my 5-gallon buckets. Now, when they get to be rather tall, you can buy the fancy wire stuff to hoist them up and grow them and pick them and all that. That's fine. I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and either let them in the garden, lay on the ground, or in the 5-gallon bucket overflow and come this way. Or I will take sticks, twigs from either my construction pile or out in my backyard, and I will support them up with those and tie them up. You can do either way you want to. We were always very down to earth, and we took twigs and we stuck them in the ground and we supported them. And you can do a teepee style. You can do whatever you want. Or you can spend all the money on the metal. I've done both. So this is going to be a great harvest because I have a wide variety, and I mean variety, of tomato seeds that I plan on growing this year, and I mean a bunch. So I'm going to be growing quite a bit of these things. I mean, look at these. I got so many that are falling on the floor right now. See that? And I can do this right now because there's no seeds coming up. I have these from Burpees. I have these from TotallyTomatoes.com. I got the green tomato for slicing, the indigo tomato, which is close to black, that I'm growing. But I love the orange, I love the yellow, I love the reds. We can some of these, make tomato juice out of them, tomato paste out of them, you know, and I have all these here that I'm still growing, and all these here. So there's gonna be quite a few tomato plants this year. And then I gotta put up a fence to keep the squirrels out, because the squirrels love to eat tomatoes. And if you don't protect your tomatoes from squirrels, you will have fat squirrels and hardly any tomatoes for you to eat. Okay, that's it. How to grow tomatoes indoors. This is January 29th, and I'm in Michigan, so I'm doing these really early because I'm able to grow them downstairs in my what used to be a cold room with plant lights and an outdoor light, and enjoy my tomatoes. And I just picked my last ones about a week ago. So I grew these tomatoes from spring all the way until the end of January. So now it's time to get some more going. That's it. I'm going to be very, very practical with you and show you how to do stuff. And that's it for now.